Hey, what's up, y'all? My name's Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family and GoGetterFamily.com. Now, today on this short episode, this is an inside look at a coaching session between me and one of my students that I coach, and this is on negotiating. Okay, with the GoGetter Family, we do conversational negotiating. Okay, because we are not coming across as the slick salesman, the slick car salesman that keeps you nodding yes and asks you the obvious yes questions. No, actually, we want to get to know you and figure out what your pain points are and what the true solution is. This is how you come out on top in a negotiation every time. But the thing about coming out on top doesn't mean that you beat the other person, okay? Or you get over on the other person. No, absolutely not. Coming out on top simply means that both of you walk away from the deal happy. Because the Go-Getter Family, we don't do conversational negotiating. We don't do adversarial negotiating, okay? We are not, our clients and the people, our sellers, they're not our adversaries. We actually do want to help them, okay? And sometimes people don't know what their true pain points are and what their true solutions are. So we have to bring that out by questions, all right? And we do this in a very particular way now, all right? We're not just asking random questions to get random answers. Absolutely not. We go in a particular sequence, okay? There's a sequence that you go in order to get your seller, your prospect, to have that aha moment, okay? That aha moment, and then also to trust us and know that we are competent and capable of doing what needs to be done, and a solution that is going to help them move to the next chapter in their life and be in the best position as possible, all right? So, and that's the thing about this channel. My channel, I am doing my best to provide you guys with the actionable knowledge that you need to close these transactions and give yourself the best chance at actually acquiring these investment properties for little to no money out of your own pocket. This is the way that we're going to catch up. Because I know that growing up, I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have access to information. My parents didn't have the wherewithal to send me in that direction. All right, but now that's not an excuse anymore because the information is right at our fingertips, so we can get this done. We just have to go about it in a strategic and a particular way. If we're able to do that, the sky's the limit. And the thing about it is, we have to get out of our own way. That's the difficult part. Once we get out of our own way, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. That's why the name of my company, it's the Go-Getter Family. Are you a go-getter? Are you gonna hit the pavement? Are you gonna do what you gotta do? Are you committed? Are you out there hustling, making moves, getting things done, getting creative in order to get a transaction done? Are you doing that? If you are, then you're definitely a go-getter. That's the gist of it. And I know for sure I'm a go-getter because I'm out here making deals, doing transactions, and getting financial freedom, setting something up for my legacy, passive income, building wealth, generational wealth, something to pass down to my kids, my family, because it is incumbent upon us that we give our kids a better life than what we had. And even if we did have a good life, we still have to maintain that and give them something better, and we have to instill these principles, all right? And we cannot truly instill these principles unless we walk in on that path ourselves. So all that said, guys, this is just a small snippet of a coaching session. I wanted to give you guys an inside look because I like giving people knowledge that most people charge a lot of money for. Okay, and this is a really good strategy. All right, some good tactics that I'm giving on this episode. So I hope that it brings you value, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time out to take a look at the channel. All right, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Okay, enjoy.
You ask that, it could be construed as one thing. I know one, I think he probably felt a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's not used to something like that. And even if it's genuine, he probably felt like you were bullshit, you know. He probably felt like you were bullshitting because you called him about his house, and now, you know, I don't want to sell my house, but now you want to get to know me as a person. That's what I would be. I'd be like, yeah, all right, buddy, you know. So you've got to just go about it a bit more tactfully is all. We've got to have tact, and then we have to be tacticians at the same time. So the only thing, and you're doing well. First off, man, you take action, you know, so that's the first step, you know, because you can't hit a home run if you don't swing the bat. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and you can't even strike out if you don't swing it, you know. So you're taking action, you're overcoming those fears because you're making these cold calls, man. A lot of people, they freeze up, you know, or they just get so nervous thinking about what could happen or what might happen. So you're not letting fear paralyze you. So you've got all of the qualities that it takes to be successful. You know, you're getting out of your own way. So these are all good things. You just need to learn the tactic part of it, you know. So that's where this is where we need to focus with you, is opening and those probing questions, so that we find these things out before we even say that we want to buy their house. That's it. You know, we haven't even said that, you know, hey, I want to buy your house. You know, how much is it? Or talk to any numbers. No, we got to know all of these things first, and then it'll be easier when we talk about that, because I'm telling you, man, they will talk so much based off these questions, they'll negotiate themselves down. So when you get to that number, you know, that number that they were thinking, because 9 times out of 10, it's a ridiculous number. You know, it's something that we're not willing to do, and we can't do.
All right.
So by doing it through the conversational negotiating, once they do say that number and we get to that point, it even sounds ridiculous to them, you know, and they may still say it, but it just gives us more room to maneuver and get them to see, like, yeah, we can't do that. You know, you won't probably find anybody to buy your house for that much, you know. So it gets us there easier. See, the thing is, in life generally, man, you've got people and we're calling people, because I like distressed homes, you know, no competition because subject to and stuff like that. But a person is at their pain, you know, they've got their pain, and then they've got a point of pleasure. Okay, so what we do is we bring their pain to the surface, right? We're going to bring the pain to the surface. We're going to help make them realize that, make them feel that, but then we're going to talk about the pleasure part of it, you know, and that's what we can do, you know. Well, it's a good thing that I got a hold of you today, because this is what I do. I untie knots, and I make it easy for my clients, you know, because all you're going to have to do in the end, Mr. Johnson, is just authorize the paperwork. We take care of talking to everybody, you know, be it the title company or appraisers and inspectors. And the best part about this is, you know, we buy houses as is, you know. So there's that pain point, there's pleasure. We have to become the architect in the middle to get them from that pain to that pleasure. So by being an architect, that shows them that you're competent enough to be able to do what they need done to help them reach their objective. Because any Joe Schmo can call and say, I want to buy your house.
Correct.
They probably got 50 people calling and saying that, you know,
every single day. Yeah.
Right. So this is where we set ourselves apart. So we've got to bring up that pain point, and we get there by those probing questions. Those probing questions will bring up their pain point, right? And definitely write this down, because we're bringing up the pain point, right? But then we've got to get them to see the pleasure. So once we get to that pain point and we bring that pain to the surface, you can ask them. So we know what their pleasure is. You can ask them, well, what does success look like to you with this transaction? You know, or you don't even have to use the word transaction. What does success look like to you with selling your home?
Okay.
And again, that interrogative was in there. The what does, so they can't just say yes or no. Okay, so what that does though is that we brought up their pain. We brought their pain to the surface, with our probing questions. We're finding it out, and then we go right to the pleasure. Okay, so what does success look like for you in this transaction, or what does success look like to you when you're done selling your house? And then they tell you, well, I've made enough money so I can retire to Florida, or I can buy this other investment home, or I don't have to pay the second mortgage, whatever it is. Now we know. We're not guessing. We're not guessing. So now we know what that pleasure is. So now we become the architect. Now we can become the architect and get them from this pain to that
this pleasure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And this is how I'm going to do this, because this is what I do. This is what I do. So, okay, we know the pain, we know the pleasure. Here's how we get you there. And that, I'm telling you, man, that it'll build rapport, trust, and they will know that you're capable of doing this.
Okay, guys. So you saw in that session where my coaching student, he was never, I don't think he was ever trained in good negotiating. He had told me, he is going straight to the point when he calls his prospects, and he's going straight to the point. And when we do that, people get in the defensive. When you get straight to the point, when you have a goal and an objective, and you start out by saying, this is what I want to do, this is my goal, people get defensive. All right, people need to trust us and trust that we can do what we say we're going to do. And the thing about it is, the sale of a home, that is huge. It is not a small thing. It's not a small task, and it is monumental in a person's life. So we have to gain that trust, and we gain that trust by making our prospects realize what their pain point is, what their point of pleasure is, and then us being the architect in the middle and getting them from their pain to their pleasure. Okay, and the way we do that, by them having that aha moment, guys, is we ask those probing questions, right? And once we get to the point of pain, we dig a little bit deeper so that they feel that, and then we ask probing questions for their pleasure point. And once we get that, and we have to go in a particular sequence, once we get that, that's when we become that architect, and we can show them how we're going to get that done. But we get that done in it's called the Socratic method. Okay, we get that done the Socratic method by asking questions. Okay, because when you ask a person questions, they're answering these questions, so they come to this realization on their own, and that will increase your rate of success by 10 times if you can master that art. Okay, and I've trained with various people in sales, in real estate, in business development, to learn these things. Okay, that's why I don't take everyone on as a student. I qualify my students because they have to have particular traits in order to have me invest my time, because that's the one thing that we are all equal in, is our time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So I don't like to invest my time in a person who's not going to take action, so to become a member, because it's the Go-Getter family. So our family members, we're family, and I'm going to go above and beyond to make sure that you have success and that you succeed. So, the gentleman, Jose, that is my coaching student that you saw on this video, he has some great qualities. He has some great qualities, just need a refinement. That's all. So, if you do need some coaching and need some help, we'd be glad to help you, but to take you on as a one-on-one coaching student that has qualifications with it. But we do have some packages that we will, that we can help you with. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put in here, because my mentor, Chris Haskins, who is a giant in this industry, he taught me negotiating. Okay, and he is giving an ongoing discount to the Go-Getter family members. So I'm gonna put that link in the description below for his 11 audio pack edition of negotiating. All right, it's called Ninja Negotiating. All right, and that is a great start. That is a great start. That opened up my eyes to some things on how to negotiate creative financing and subject to, and then I just took it, to a couple other levels. after that. But that is a great place to start. Great place to start. So that link will be down in the description. If you guys want to get that to get started, that will help you a lot. Also, you can just DM me the word GoGetter, okay, on my Facebook, Instagram, you know, on my website, GoGetter Family. I'm on all of those. DM me the word GoGetter, and we can get started on an action plan for you at the very least. Okay. So I hope that episode brought you some value and planted the seeds to get you started in this and how you should go about it. All right. So I got to get out of here, but until next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I thought you said you wanted wealth, don't need no one's help. You just do it for the self and just play the cards you dealt. I just wanna know how long you slept, how them pillows felt, no more secrets kept. Really wanna win, but you kinda failed. I know cats who use the ladder when they elevate, leave it for the others, keep the circle tight. This is family, these is all my brothers. Whip it like it's cream, live your dreams to go get a team. Now we on the scene, know what I mean, shining like a beam.